Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is George Kingori. I'm your online finance guy who speaks about all things finance. How you can be able to save, how you can be able to invest, and how you can be able to grow in your financial journey. And today I'm going to speak about why you should not, and again I say why you should not depend on just a salary. You need to be able to think beyond your salary and work beyond your salary because of these very reasons. The first thing is you could get fired. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, there is no legal obligation for this person to hold you or this employer to hold you in perpetuity until your death. They do not even need to hold you for a long period of time. In fact, the contracts that you sign allow them to be able to terminate your employment within months, if not weeks. In fact, remember that you are just important to them because they can be able to derive value from you. And when push comes to shove, they might decide to actually throw you outside the bridge because indeed you are only a step away from being a resource to being a cost center in your organization. So you could get fired anytime, and they do not owe you any explanation. They do not owe you anything unless it is your family business and it is your father firing you. The employer who is employing you is not obligated in any way or form to continue holding you and paying you a salary until your death. So you could get fired, and that is one of the reasons you need to think beyond just one income stream in your life, because indeed you're only depending too much on one that could actually snap. Then the other thing that you need to understand is by depending on one salary, you are not diversified. If there is one thing that should be able to teach you, for example, in Kenya, statistics by the Kenyan National Bureau of Statistics are that more than 1 million Kenyans lost their jobs in 2020 due to the corona pandemic. And because of that, more than 600,000 businesses, companies and small businesses and business names were registered in 2021. It could be that, of course, employers were not able to generate enough money and so could not be able to sustain employees. And it could also be employed people who registered this business or people who have been fired were entering into these businesses to be able to diversify their income. So diversify your income. Do not place too much reliance on one income that could wane any way or form. You could, for example, it could happen that you may never grow in your income by your employer, or grow at a very small incremental value, or you could actually start losing value and be demoted or change jobs with a lower salary. So anything of all these things could happen to you if you're not diversified. However, if you're diversified and you have several classes of income, you have, say for example, a rental income, you have income from stocks and shares and dividends and all these things, they do add up. And even though one may fail, at least these others may be able to support it to an extent, and you are not at a complete risk when this income source fails. So diversify your income, and you could be able to secure your financial future. Then the other thing you need to understand, that is connection with what I've already discussed. Income from a salary does not grow exponentially. Actually, the only thing that grows exponentially is income if you are a business source, because remember, statistics show that the first 3 years businesses do not even break even, but after the third year, if they are able to survive, they're able to grow their income exponentially. So for you to be able to grow your business, your money in exponentially, or bring more income to yourself exponentially, then going the employed route is not the way to go. Actually, you would be lucky if your employer adds you an income or your salary more than the average inflation rate. In Kenya, for example, the inflation rate is around 5.8%, and many employers actually add only 3%. So actually you would end up losing value over time because things are growing in value faster, or expenses and household expenses are growing faster than your income is actually growing. So for you to be able to safeguard yourself against this risk, you need to look for other sources of income that are growing at a more exponential rate. So think about that. Think about your income and how it is not growing as fast, and the potential income sources that may grow exponentially higher. So the other thing that you need to understand is taxes. People who are salaried are the most taxed in any place around the world. They are paying the most taxes. Employees pay the most taxes. Rich people who own businesses, actually, if you look at the tax things that the people who are rich do, they do not pay the same themselves big salaries. Why? Because big salaries attract big tax classes. For example, in Kenya, let me use Kenya as an example. You pay up to 30% above a certain amount of money as an employee. But if you are to earn your dividends or income in terms of interest or dividends, you are only obligated to pay up to 15% of that amount, depending on, again, the tax, the income class that you're looking at, up to 15%. So when this other employee is paying 30% going up, you're only paying a maximum of 15%. If you are going to have capital gains, so capital gains is when you sell your shares and do all these things. Again, this is capped to 15% depending on the class of shares that you are investing in. So by having all your money coming from a salary, you are the one who pays the most tax. And if taxes paying you as much as they pay me, then you should be avoiding having all your income coming from a salary, because you are paying for all of us. Then the other thing you need to understand is that your dependents are at a risk when you die. When you die, your employer does not pay a salary to your dependents when you have passed away. The only thing that will be able to provide an income to your dependents if you have passive income from other sources. So if you have rental income that is coming, whether you are there, you are dead, or you are alive, your dependents will be able to still get the expenses met by this passive income. But if all your income as a person or as a provider was from your salary, and then you pass away, God forbid, then the people who depend on you will suffer, because the employer is not obligated to pay them an income that they were paying you for providing services now that you are no longer alive. So that is something that you need to check. Then the other thing is you need to understand is that your salary is dependent on your active physical involvement. Yes, your salary is dependent on your actual physical involvement. If you do not appear to work, you will not earn anything. If you are disabled, I cannot work, you cannot earn anything. So it is dependent on you giving output and physical output as such towards the employer. So when you enter into a certain way of generating more income passively through other means, then whether you are there or you are not there, you are still generating income. And that is where passive income makes a lot of sense, because whether you are capable, whether you are willing, whether you are available to be able to put in the work, you still earn some money. So ensure that even in your financial journey, you're looking at ways of bringing more income passively from other sources, because even when you are unable to do it, money will still come to you. So ensure that you plan your financial journey in a way that you structure your income to be able to take advantage of non-active or passive means of generating income, because otherwise you are at a financial risk. I hope that I am helping you. I hope that you are learning, you are growing, and you are gleaning. If you have any more comments on what we need to do, please leave a link down, a comment down below. And remember to comment on, to subscribe to the channel, to like this video or subscribe to this video, because this message needs to get to more and more individuals. Thank you and enjoy you.